Good morning, YouTube. It is 10 a.m. in the great state of Texas. Welcome back to Salty Texas Woodworking, where we're doing another epoxy bowl. We've already got the mold built up. We've got the scrap wood in, and we're going to make an absolute beautiful project today. So here we are, got some violet blue and some white pearl. I've recently gotten a little bit better at using this kind of mixing of colors into the epoxy itself, and this one is going to turn out absolutely beautiful. So take some violet blue dye. I thought it was initially more blue or more purple. I thought it would be more purple. However, once we got it mixed up with the pearl white, it turned out to be a little bit more blue than I anticipated, but not a problem. And we have this confetti that I picked up. It's not actually confetti, it's a little bit more just glitter than anything else. Put it into the resin itself, and here we are doing the pour. You can see those little confetti pieces. They look like confetti to me more than glitter, but it looks really cool, as you can see here from the epoxy pour. I'm thinking this is going to turn out absolutely gorgeous and beautiful, just like I always think it is. But once we get it out of the pressure pot, it gets a little wonky. But the pour went really well, mixed everything real well. We're using East Coast resin in this project, and right now I'm thinking this looks absolutely amazing. I love these close-in shots of the pour. So put it in the pressure pot, 4.5 hours. And this is it after we put everything in the pressure pot. You can see a lot of that glitter went to the bottom. There's some on the top. There's some sprinkled throughout the actual epoxy itself, but a majority of it went to the bottom, unfortunately. And it didn't turn out exactly the way I planned, but we're going to salvage this project just like we always do. And here's a little bit better view of what it looked like after we took it out of the pressure pot and out of the mold. Doesn't look too bad. It actually looks really, really good. I like the swirl effect that it has there. You can see the different blues and the white streaks, and then the glitter and the confetti and the stars and everything. So I'm thinking, okay, it didn't turn out exactly the way I wanted it, but it looks pretty good. So got the waste block put on there, and we're just putting the faceplate on now. Got everything nice, hot glued up, and we're just drilling everything in. Fun fact, those screws that you see here, I've used that for like the past 16 projects or something like that. And we zoomed in. Sorry, having issues with the camera wanting to autofocus or something. So, got that all glued up, put that onto the lathe itself, and here we go. I finished this project back in March, by the way, so everything you're seeing right here was done in early 2021 in March. So you guys probably won't be seeing this until probably August or September. But the project went really well, got the chisel. Now we're just rounding out everything on the bottom, getting that superficial layer off. Not a whole lot of problems with this portion of it. You can see we're getting really good ribbons. My hands are completely covered in it, and that's always a good sign when you're doing these projects. If you're getting good ribbons flying off, that's always a good sign. So now we're just working that bottom, getting everything nice and round on the bottom portion of it. Sorry about the shoddy camera work there. That resin tends to fly absolutely everywhere when you're doing these kinds of projects. So now we're just taking off that layer, trying to get all the divots and everything done. However, the problem with this is you're getting a lot of that cool confetti off of the actual blink itself, mostly because, well, it's at the bottom, so you have to take that portion off. So unfortunately, we didn't get that cool effect throughout the entire blink itself. So here we are. Now we're just making the mortise, taking the round carbide tool, getting that nice and down and gouged. Not a lot of problems with this part of it. Always seem to do really well with the bottom of the mortise. I feel like maybe I've mastered that portion of bowl making, which I think I have, because even though if you guys saw some other projects that I've done during the summer, sometimes things do fly off, but this one wasn't too bad. So here we are, just doing some finer touch-up work, getting everything nice and even before we flip it and fit the chuck on there. So then once we got everything the way we wanted, now we're just taking the screws out, making sure that everything is nice, neat, and even, and saving those screws for another project again. So this is one of my favorite parts right here, taking off that top waste block, and as you can see here, the workbench is absolutely covered. This one came off with ease, not a whole lot of problems there. Came off real nice and easy like that. So here we are, reverse it on the chuck. If you ever wondered how this works, make sure that the headstock is locked, and you put the little key into the chuck itself and tighten that thing down, spin it real good, and now you're ready to go ahead and finish that lip portion of the bowl. And that's what we're doing on this top portion of here, just getting everything nice and even with the remaining portion of the blink itself. I learned early on, or actually not early on, it took me 2 years to figure out that you want to do it in chunks and not do the whole bowl when it's reversed on the chuck with the faceplate. Learned that the hard way from a couple of projects. So got everything nice and even. Now we are just taking off that superficial layer before we start the gouging portion of it. Always wear your safety equipment, as you can see. Got my face shield on and my respirator. So we're looking pretty good. I'm feeling pretty confident about this part. Just taking the flat skew, making everything nice and even, making sure that there's not any divots, cracks, or dents in the project. And then just coming back with the round carbide tool and evening everything out. So here we are. Now we start the gouging portion of it. And I really didn't have a lot of issues with the gouge. It actually went fairly quickly. Everything went nice and smooth. Using all pine on this one. So once we started to get the actual gouging portion of it, it flowed through like butter. You can see a little bit of movement there on the banjo. I need to be danger close as far as taking care of that. So now we're just working the outer edges of the sides of the bowl, coming back, hitting it with that round carbide tool once we get the majority of it done. Now we're just making sure that the lip portion is taken care of. And this part, went fairly easy. Not a whole lot of problems with this portion of it. And like I said, this project went fairly well. Not a lot of issues. Good casting, good gouging. Not, nothing to write home about as far as problems. So here we are. Once we got everything gouged out the way that we want. This is at night, right before the sanding portion of it. You can see just shavings everywhere, and this is from one bowl. So like this bowl isn't very big, but you can see all of the shavings all over the workbench, all over the garage, and that's always fun to clean up, by the way. So if you're getting into woodworking, this is what you have to look forward to. But it's a passion. So here it is the next day. Now we're starting the sanding project, going all the way up from all the way down from 340. All the way up to 1500, and then hitting it with the micro mesh like we typically will do. And I don't show sanding, but it's always an important portion of it. So if you're ever wondering how do you get that good shine in these projects, it's just doing a lot of good sanding. So then once we're done with the dry sanding, hit it with a wet sanding and the micro mesh pads, and now we're almost completed with the project. At this point I'm going, this is going to be another beautiful project, and it absolutely is. And then we come back, hit it with that wood wax that we love so much. You can pick this up at Home Depot or Lowe's. It's just, regular old wood wax, nothing too particular. And you can see that now we're a little bit closer to the end, just buffing it up real well on the wheel or on the headstock there. And then the final reveal here in just a second. Looking absolutely gorgeous. Spinning it down. Everything's nice, even, and smooth, as you can see there. And then we're going to stop the lathe, and then you're going to get to see the big reveal, and at any time now, boom, there it is. So you can see that cool confetti / glitter. It's, all throughout the bowl itself. Didn't turn out exactly the way I wanted it to, but it was well enough to where I felt like, wow, it looked absolutely amazing. That scrap, and then that glitter, the color, the mixture of the different dyes, looks absolutely gorgeous. Real fun project to put together. Was really happy about the overall project and how it turned out. So hope you guys got something out of the project. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of 2021. So if you've made it to this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. Here it is, the final project, and I'll see you guys in the next project. Hope everybody's having a great summer, and peace. Okay, so project is done. Wow, this turned out absolutely gorgeous. I didn't like the way that the sparkle thingies floated all the way to the bottom, but it's not too bad. It looks actually pretty cool. That translucent purple / blue with a little bit of white in it turned out absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful inside. So hope you guys are liking the project. It's probably August, September when you're watching this. Probably August. It's March 28th, 2021 right now. But wow, this turned out absolutely gorgeous. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Pretty cool project, really good. Hope you guys have subscribed, left a comment, and made it to this end of the video. But I'll see you guys in the next project. Hope you guys are having a great summer. All right, bye.